Okay. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Let's welcome our audience and welcome everybody. So we are going to continue our classes and we are going to continue the HMT. This HMT has been easy, comparatively. You better be thanking football. This is a rather easy HFT here, but it's nice. It's nice. So we are going to continue our session, and I think we should start with the video. Знаешь, какой, да? Там должна быть напротив. Галина должна была указывать. А Галина прислала новый слайд. Откуда она убрала. Должна была убрать некоторые слайды. Я ей сказал убрать 18-19 слайд. Предыдущим. Не знаю, 29-20. Она прислала новый слайд. Вот, там не должно быть 28-29. Вот это надо использовать. А видео поняла какой? Там должно быть у вас такое видео. The birth of religion. Вот это надо показывать. Okay, I'm going to start with a video. One of my short video, illustrative videos that I did. That one of the things that religion, one of the main problems that we have is actually religion. And one of the things we have to tackle with this HMT questioning is we have to use it to tackle religion. We've got to use it to tackle and to deal with religion. So let's go for the video. Are we ready for the video? Okay, let's go. Here we are. Zvuk. The birth of religion, let me give you this first. Religion is coming from when people are so focused on getting things done for themselves. When people are so focused on their own needs that they go to God, but then they only use God to get their needs met. And once their needs have been met, they stay in that shrine, or they stay in that temple, in that pulpit, in that building, and keep on going there, just using God for their own means. Your Christianity and your Christian life becomes religion and religious lifestyle when you stop converting. Religion is when we go to church, we pray to God, we try to build relationship with God, but there is really no more relationship, and it's more of tradition, it's more of culture, it's more of what we just do regularly. So for example, if you go to church every Sunday just because it's a Sunday, that is religion. If you go to church every week, just so you are not questioning, so that nobody says you didn't show up, you're just going to church this week, that is religion. If you go to church every time just for the pastor to see you and to know that you are showing up, that is not relationship with God, that is religion. If you go to church just because you have some problems and you want to use God to meet your needs, that is religion. If you are going to church not to be able to convert the knowledge of God into something practical to better questioning leads to that, to better the environment, the world around you, to make the world a better place. If that is not what you are doing with your religiosity, then that is just pure religion. So religion starts where conversion stops. I think that's a good way to put it. If your religion experience remains only an experience, and that experience is not converted, then you are just simply religious now. You are no more in relationship. Because that means your faith is now dead. Because faith without works is dead. And whenever faith is dead, is without works, it's not just dead, it transforms to religion. Whatever you get to know in your relationship with God or about God must be converted through works. You must work to convert whatever thing you discover about God. So faith without works, it means faith without conversion. So it is true work whenever our relationship with God, whenever our walk with God, anything we are doing with God, anything we are getting to know about God is not being converted into real valuable substance for people, for the country, for the environment, for the kingdom of God. It means that we are engaged now in religion. And that means your faith is without work. Your faith must always be worked out. You must always walk on your faith. You must always do something to work out what you have discovered about God. You must always find ways to convert your faith. But I'm so sad when I see churches today where people are more drawn to churches that where they teach not the ways of God but the works of God. It is absolutely embarrassing. It is a disgrace to be going and flocking. We have millions of people flocking into churches where emphasis are laid on the works of God rather than the ways of God. Especially in Africa where I come from, most people flock into churches just because of the miracles that are happening there. Most people flock into churches just because of how much how much miracles are being worked there. So the miracles now become the criteria where they go to church. But really, the criteria why you choose a church should not be because of miracles that are being done there. The criteria why you choose to go to a church should be because of the ways, the principles that are being revealed there, the ways of God that are being taught, because of the path of God, the principles of God, the truth of God that are being taught.
Okay. Religion is because people don't ask questions. So you do things automatically. You do things routinely, like a dogma. No real reason why you are doing it. That's religion. Religion. So the topic of today is wisdom through questioning. Wisdom through questioning.
Proverbs 8 verse 1 to 2. Does not wisdom cry out, and understanding lift up her voice? She takes her stand on the top of the high hill, beside the way where the paths meet.
You see, this was written back since the times of Solomon. And he said, basically what he's trying to say here is that wisdom is always available. Because does not wisdom cry out? So wisdom is always available. You don't need to go to school. You only need to open your eyes and your ears. Wisdom is always crying out in all times and all generations. Talk less of now, where there is internet, one Google away. Information is everywhere. Wisdom is available always. Does not wisdom cry out? And understanding, does not it lift up a voice? So wisdom is everywhere. So when people now come to tell you in an age where wisdom and understanding is so rampant, is so present, is so everywhere, then somebody come and tell you that, what did they say? Don't go read secular books. You read only the Bible. In a world where wisdom is crying out to you, They are locking you in. Religion could be dangerous. No. Religion is a dangerous thing. I mean, wisdom. The thing that everybody knows, the thing that elevated Solomon and made him who he is. He is crying out, looking for you. And you are allowing somebody to pack you inside some garage called church. To put you in prison yard and say, no, don't read any book. I was, in my books, I don't just quote the Bible. I quote great men, Muslim. I don't care where they are. Wherever I see wisdom, I put it inside. You know what people are telling me? Okay, no. It's backsliding. There is no, how can you be quoting a secular person? But wisdom has been revealed over the ages through all men and to all men. In all cultures. Wisdom has been released to everyone and everywhere. So wisdom is calling out. Understanding is calling out. More so, wisdom and understanding has taken a stand on the top of the hill. Of the high hill, beside the way where the path's made. That's the only challenge, because wisdom is only at the place of decision. Because when the path like this junction, you always yes. So it's only at the pathway is where the path meet. That's the only problem with wisdom. You need to take decision. It's a point of decision. It always is. Wisdom is a decision away. It's just decision. You just need to take the right decision that I want to get this wisdom. I want to study. I want to get it. I must get this thing. I must go for it. But there is always something else calling you. It's at a junction. So you always have alternative to do something else. Some people will always tell you, no, only read the Bible. Don't forget about the wisdom. Some people will always tell you, no, only read school books. Even your flesh will be telling you, don't stress yourself. That is the problem, the greatest hindrance on the path of wisdom. Wrong choices. So you pick the wrong choice, and then wisdom becomes the, what do you call it? In economy, you used to call something, when you choose something.
Alternative.
Huh?
Alternative for God, I think.
Yes. Yes, alternative for God. Alternative for God, yes. So it's alternative for God. Because you leave the other alternative. You forgo it.
Proverbs chapter 8, 1-2 says wisdom is available. Wisdom cries out. Wisdom is at the place of decision.
Wisdom, you see, is at the place of decision. That is what decides with wisdom. You are always at the place. You are always at the place of being forced to take a decision. That's what life is. But he's saying, "Choose me. I am wisdom."
Proverbs chapter 23, verse 23. Buy the truth and do not sell it. Also wisdom and instruction and understanding. So
he's telling you now, even if you need to pay money for it, buy wisdom. Buy the truth. Buy wisdom. Buy instruction. Buy understanding. There is nothing that should make you to forgo wisdom. Wisdom is always much more precious.
Spend money to discover the discovery of other men.
If necessary, spend money.
Yep.
So it's not that don't just read, but spend money to get it.
Yes.
Buy it. That is how important wisdom is. These books, that is wisdom calling out to you. Yeah. And if you need to buy and we're going to sell everything you have to buy wisdom, you need to do it.
God has released his wisdom in various people in various places.
That is the fact. Through Muslims, through even pagans sometimes, through all nations, God has revealed his wisdom over the ages. True pagans, true poets, true believers, true unbelievers. So if that wisdom that is coming from Muslim or Buddhists or Christians or unbelievers, if they are not contradictory to the person and nature of God, that is wisdom you must embrace. That doesn't mean that you have changed your religion, you have become a Muslim. But you must embrace wisdom at all times.
It is quicker to buy it than acquire it by yourself.
That's why you must always read. Because it has been revealed to people thousands of years.
Yes.
What you are trying to invent something. I mean, it's just like saying somebody, oh, I will not use cars, because cars are made by unbelievers. I have not made my own. Until I made my own, I will not use cars. I will not use plane, because it is not a brother in the church that made plane. And since they are unbelievers who made it, we cannot use it, or nonsense, rubbish. That is our wisdom in all parts of life as well. Wisdom has been revealed through men to men in all ages at all times. We all stand on the shoulder of other men. It will be foolish for you to just say you read only Christian books or only Bible. God has revealed wisdom through all men. Gain them. Just don't take anything that is contradictory to the nature and wisdom of God.
Wisdom gives the ability to recognize a difference.
That's why you people must read my book, The Law of Difference. Wisdom gives the ability to recognize the law of difference.
Yeah.
To recognize a difference. Sorry.
To recognize a difference in people, in moments, in attitude, in actions.
Look at those pictures that we are looking at. Are those pictures different from one another?
Yeah.
Some are men, some are women.
Men, some women.
Some are blonde, some are not. Some are reddish. Some are smiling like this, some are having teeth like that. Everybody is different. It is wisdom that sees difference. And if you are reading my book, The Law of Difference, you will know what the position and place of wisdom is.
Wisdom is not inherited. You can't get it through your bloodline.
So that's a challenge right there. It's not hereditary. So those people, so those people who say, oh, who are your father, or who is your father? Wisdom is not hereditary. Hereditary. Wisdom is not hereditary. You cannot just say, oh, you are not coming from this home or that home. Those are fruits of ignorance. The same people who are trying to say that they are enlightened, they are the ones who are ignorant.
Humility. Humility is a major condition for wisdom. To even recognize that you don't have something others have.
It takes humility. For you to ask questions is humility. To recognize that you don't know and ask for knowledge is humility.
Most of the time, what you really need is in the hands of someone you don't like. But humility and honor make it accessible to you.
You know, there is a truth that is so difficult for me to say. But it is the truth anyway. I'm still going to say it. You know, because I started talking about these GOs and bishops and Nigerian churches, a lot of people have declared me to be a persona non grata. And they have almost put a taboo on me and my materials. But the irony of that is, you know me, I'm not losing. Because when you tell somebody in Africa or Europe or anywhere that people will not come to you again, that means money is lost. Because when people stop going to your church, no offering. And that's the difference with me. I don't even take anything from you anyway. Anybody that says, stop following, we are not going to follow you again. So what did you even bring first? You did you didn't bring anything. There's nothing I'm even getting from you in the first place. I'll be only giving to you. Thank you. If there are 20 mouths already who are feeding from me, now it has reduced by 2. We can get other 2 people to come and feeding. I'm not losing. I don't lose. When you say, oh, don't follow him or something, as if that will influence me anyhow or take from me. No. That is why it is important for you to be dependent on God and on what the wisdom, on what God has taught you to build your inner capacity rather than depending on somebody who will give you offering. Like in Africa, everybody is depending on somebody else, or somebody's favor, on somebody's giving, on some relatives. Some uncle will come somewhere, they will give you this, or some brother will give you this. Once you are like that, then you could be manipulated because they will tell you, oh, we will announce that nobody should listen to you. So do you lose? But I dare to say something the opposite. Anybody that gets annoyed at Pastor Sunday or walks away from Pastor Sunday's life, no pride though, but this is just a raw fact. That person, either it is God that has caused him or it is Satan, and God doesn't cause. Normally it is Satan or he himself has caused himself.
I agree.
Because for you to walk away from this, it doesn't matter. You're American, Japanese, Indian, Africa, it doesn't matter where you are, what your pedigree are, professor, pastor. If you consciously take a decision not to listen to DSA again or to avoid DSA's material, you have condemned yourself not be small. I mean, big time. Because it's not, like I said, no pride. But if you make a mistake of taking that kind of decision, you just rob yourself. You just went to take Kalashnikov, AK-4, whatever, 47 or something, AK-47 and put it in your own leg. I say, that is what we have done. Because the resources and the information and the wisdom and the grace and the understanding and the thing that you will be able to get from that source alone, I mean, you will walk tired before you. In fact, you might live 120 years and not come across any source like that again. In fact, you might even come back 2-3 times, do incantation. I mean, what do you call it? Reincarnation. Become a reincarnated like the Indians. And come like 100 times and still not come across that resource. It's just like some people are saying that Facebook is not spiritual, so I'm not going to use it. Make no use them now. In fact, if you want, boycott also YouTube. You think YouTube is losing? You think Facebook is losing? But what you are losing, bad news. Bad news. If you want, go and listen to all preachers in the world and say only DS I will not listen to. You are not just losing. By the time you come back and listen to one, you say, yay! What have I been listening to? So those people who listen to their pastors, they say, oh, don't listen to him. He is this and that. He is this and that. They are destroying your destiny. They are shooting you in the leg, or you are shooting yourself in the leg. Wisdom is crying out. It is your choice to listen or not to listen. At a time when they are saying go and buy with money, I'm even giving it out for free. Other pastors are doing their schools, mentorship, all those things for money. I'm even giving for free. And you are now saying there is something you don't like. So what do I lose? Did you bring your tithe to me? Or offering? Or just go and take it. Just go and take it and better yourself. Somebody is giving you, offering something, you still have something to complain or go and find your own now. Go and invent your own car before you ride car. Go and invent your own plane before you get into the plane. And say, hey, I will not listen because it's my plane. It's not my plane. That's exactly what is happening to a lot of people when they say, don't read unbelievers' books. Don't read non-Christian books. Don't read or read only Bible. It's the same thing. Wisdom is crying out, and you are shooting yourself in the feet, and you are saying, because you are spiritual. God has revealed and given His wisdom, freely to all men in all nations, and you are saying because you are too spiritual to listen to another person. You are wasting your own life.
What you doubt have reveals what you doubt have. What you doubt
As revealed.
has. What you doubt has reveals what you don't know. So if others have what you don't have, it means they know what you don't know.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's what you don't have.
What you don't have is not
What you don't
doubt.
have.
What you don't have
Who
reveals
is
what
there?
you don't know.
Is Nagalena there? It's what you don't have.
What you don't have
Yeah. What you don't have.
reveals.
See, when I pronounce something, sometimes she writes it down the way she understands. So, what you don't have,
Yeah, correct.
reveals.
What
Yeah.
you don't have reveals what you don't know.
Beautiful.
So
If you don't have results,
Yeah.
that's what success taught the other day. If you don't have product, if you don't have result, it shows that you don't know something.
So if others have
No, start again.
what you don't have reveals what you don't know. So if others have what you don't have, it means they know what you don't know.
Beautiful. What you don't have is a pointer to what you don't know.
When you are humble, you become a seeker of knowledge.
You see, that is true humility. When you are humble, you look for knowledge. You look for wisdom. You question.
When you are humble, you become a seeker of knowledge because you admit you don't know. Another key to wisdom is asking questions. It is your most powerful assignment in a day.
Teach. They are near you. Is sure and no. Sorry.
Another key to wisdom is asking questions. It is your most powerful assignment in a day.
Nothing is more important in your life than asking questions. You remember I said it yesterday. Asking questions is more important than faith in God. It's more important than having a wife. It's more important than having children. It's more important than having a husband. It's more important than anything. So in a day, for example, one of the most important things you will ever do in a day is for yourself is asking questions. Asking questions is one singular activity that is more important than any other thing in your life. Questioning. Because it's the key to wisdom.
The only picture of Jesus we see in the New Testament before the age of 30 is when he was asking questions. Questions. Question is the most powerful part of a conversation. To ask is to trust. Asking reveals passion. Asking shows hunger, desperation, appetite.
Look at that boy. Asking is the part of wisdom.
You must relentlessly ask questions.
That's the way to wisdom. The only way to get wisdom is, not the only way, but the most important way, the easiest way to get wisdom is by asking.
Questions are the bosses of answers.
They are the superior of answers.
Answers can be deceiving, disguising, and hideous without questions.
Okay, who understands that statement?
Just like what you said, that when we concentrate on the answers, we forgo the process. And inside the process lies the information, the knowledge of what we actually need to know. So when you say it's it can be deceiving because you don't know.
It can be both deceiving
and disguising
and hideous. Those are answers. So who would like to explain to us what is talking about? Roslyn is here.
Answers can be deceiving, distinguishing, hideous, without question.
What I need to hear from what I need, the answer I need from you is, when you say answers can be deceiving, you've got to tell me how.
Yeah.
Or examples. Then when you say answers can be disguising, you've got to tell me what, how, as well. Hideous, same thing.
Answers can be deceiving. What I understand is, you can be doing something and you think it's the right way because you didn't follow the right procedure to find out how is that thing done. Then you end up not having the result that you wanted to have because you follow a path that is deceiving, maybe look like it's the real, but it's not really how it's supposed to be. And then distinguishing.
Okay, let me give you an example. All errors that you see in African church today is all because our churches are built on answers. For example, somebody can come to church today and begin to teach on first fruits and say and call it revelation and say it's revelation, first fruits. You never heard that before. It's first fruit. Because you don't question, people will not go and research, and people will not ask him questions. People will not say, is it biblical or not? Everybody will begin to, every fault, somebody will come and say, you must begin to call everybody Papa. Even though it's written in the Bible, Koro Koro, don't call anybody Papa. But because everything is built on answers, it's hideous. The motive of the person is hidden. You don't know that the first fruit idea is because they want to build 30 kilometer by 30 kilometer. You are thinking it's revelation. And because everything is built on answers, anybody that is coming with answer that cannot be questioned, he can sell you anything. All deceptions, all errors are coming out of, somebody will come and say deliverance, you still need deliverance. Even though Christ, it is written, that cross is anyone that is angry on the cross and that he has paid for your cause and you are no more cause. But because answer, everything is hidden under answer. He's just coming and giving you answers without any room for questioning. So we say to you that you are still under a curse even though you have received Christ, even though Christ has done it. So everything is really hidden under answers. When answers only are what you are selling, it's just like a professor in the university comes to the school and gives lectures like this, and since he's the one that is giving answer and the only answer, all the whole country begins to believe that thing. The whole universities are graduating, people are coming in every year, giving exam, getting certificates, and everything will be built on deception. Answers can be deceiving, disguising, hideous, just when you only rely on answers alone. It's the most dangerous thing that could happen. Parents also. Parents that don't allow for questions, they will sell poisons to their children. They will condition them in ways that those children will be altered and they will be mad for life without even knowing that anything is wrong. What we call tribalism in Nigeria is because some people, some parents, or some environment have conditioned their own people to say that other people are bad or are wrong or are worse. But because you are just getting answers alone, you swallow it. When you are in a situation and in an environment where what is celebrated is not discussed, where what is celebrated is not questioning, where what is celebrated is not, dispute and critical thinking, debate, critical thinking, questioning. When questioning and reasoning is not what is celebrated, but answers is what is celebrated, you always fall into those kind of ditches. Paul, you wanted to say something? If you want to, you come. If you don't want to, we'll continue.
I think that Livio yesterday, he gave an example of that
What?
Livio yesterday said that his parents were from
Leave you.
Livio. Yesterday gave an example where he said his parents were from Suriname and they built the roads there, but they didn't focus on the process at all. They didn't learn how to do it themselves. They invited the Dutch to do it, and as soon as they left, more crises started because the answer looked good on the surface that new roads were built, but it was actually hideous because as soon as the Dutch left, new problems started arising because they hadn't focused on on how to do the roads, on what they should do with the roads, and that happens in many places where people only want results and answers, not questions.
Beautiful. Please go and share this message, everybody. If you are, please take microphone here. If you are listening, please go share the message. Share. Go share with your friends. Go share with your timeline, on your friends' timeline, and in groups. Go share in groups and in the inboxes. Share. Let's go share the messages. So answers could be hideous, deceiving, and disguising. Don't question an elder. Don't question the man of God. Don't question what your parents said. It's the beginning of disaster. Okay, so we continue.
Answers can be deceiving, disguising, and hideous without questions. But questions reveal even hidden answers. It exposes deception, removes confusion.
Answers reveal, but questions reveal. Questions always reveal. The even hidden answers it reveals, and it exposes deception and removes confusion. Is that not beautiful? That's what questions do. Is that not beautiful? And look at that photograph.
I was just admiring it now.
Remove the curtain, and the light comes in.
I was thinking it was your hand, sir.
I think that's what I do. I think that is what I do. It's a very good place to be. Removing ignorance.
Yeah. Anywhere there is confusion, lack of clarity, precision, there is a deception or deceiver by the corner.
Ooh. Say that again, my.
Anywhere there is confusion, lack of clarity, precision, there is a deception or deceiver by the corner.
Well, the way I dictated is a bit different. The way I dictated is, let me read it the way I dictated is. Anywhere there is confusion, there is always a deceiver somewhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere you see confusion, there is deception hidden somewhere there. So look at Nigeria, for example. Can you notice confusion anywhere?
Everywhere.
It means there is deception everywhere. Anywhere you see confusion, there is deception. Remember that. And anywhere you see lack of clarity, there is deception. So when somebody brings a business proposal to you, a business plan to you, and he's trying to explain, just sign, and you are saying, I don't get it all. There is deception somewhere there. And don't worry, you will know. Don't worry. No clarity. Don't worry. Just sign. Just invest now. Just put money. And anywhere, when they are saying no problem, everything's okay, no problem. Where there is no clarity, there is deception. So when you go to those churches, they will tell you it is blood of sprinkling. So what is that? Don't worry, just do it. It means there is deception there. So anywhere you go to church, they say, covenant, it is covenant. Covenant for what? Covenant for this, covenant for that, 20 of them. And you say, I thought Jesus has done it so easy now. No, don't worry, you don't know something. There is no clarity like that. Forget. It's a deception. It is the deception.
It's 52 covenants, one every week.
Yes, everywhere. For every week there is a new covenant. Deception. God is simple. Everything must be simple. But when there is lack of clarity, you need to go for deliverance. What about the one I did last Sunday? That one was not enough. What about the one we did in London? No, you have to go to the mountain in Nigeria. When there is no clarity, no straightforward, there is deception. But the Bible is enough now. Is it not the word of God? No, the Bible is not enough. Apart from the Bible, you need to have oil or mantle and tie it on your neck. What about the one that is in us? It's greater than he that is in the world. No, you don't know anything. You are a small boy. Go and tie it. No clarity, there is deception. It is because something is buried in your father's village. Buried. I thought you are already in Christ Jesus. No, you are too small. You don't understand. No clarity. It means there is deception. Anywhere you see confusion, remember that. There is deception. Anywhere you see lack of clarity, there is deception. Anywhere you see lack of precision, there is deception. Or a deceiver. Either there is deception or there is a deceiver. In a Nigerian broken language, they call it wuru wuru somewhere. Is it wuru wuru? They say
Wuru, mago, mago.
Mago wuru wuru. Wuru wuru to the answer, but wuru wuru never leads to answer.
Never.
Whenever there is wuru wuru, there is a deceiver in the beside the corner. It means there is deception there.
Where there is deception, lack of precision, clarity, there is a loss.
You see? Because where there is deception, there is a loss. Where there is lack of precision, there is a loss. Where there is no precision, there is a loss. Where there is no clarity, there is a loss. And that's why we need questions. It is questions that will bring out the deception. It is questioning that will unveil the deceiver. It is questioning that will bring out the clarity. It is questioning that will remove the confusion. That is why you need questioning.
You don't change till you ask questions.
Ooh. Answers don't change you. That's what we are trying to say. I'm trying to say here. So if you go to church, for example, and they are just giving you answers, messages, revelation, rema, and you have not asked question in that line, and the rema is given, the answer is given, he is not answering the question you had earlier asked, nothing happens to you. You just be going to church and coming back home. You will not change. You only change when you ask questions. It is the question that you ask that somebody is answering that leads to your change. Do you remember that when we were beginning this HMT, I came up with the whole list of the topics, and I said you should do what? Pick the one you like. Pick the one you think you need. Why? I wanted to see what questions are already in your heart. Where are your questions? Where are the questions that we need to provide answers for? Because it is only when I answer to your questions, something that has been bothering you, that is when you are changed, because you've been waiting for it. You've been looking for it. When you have been looking for something, you want to change. You are already looking for that change, and I provide the answer for you. That's when you change. But when you just come, you don't even know what you want. And I just give you ready-made answer, my own answer. The one that I am thinking about, not the one you are thinking about. It doesn't affect you at all. So answers don't change you. It is questions that change you. I don't know if you're getting this. You don't change till you ask a question.
How do you know so much about everything? Was asked of a very wise and intelligent man. And the answer was, by never being afraid or ashamed to ask questions as to anything of which I was ignorant. By John Abbott.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I want you to read that again.
How do you know so much about everything? Was asked of a very wise and intelligent man. And the answer was, by never being afraid or ashamed to ask questions as to anything of which I was ignorant.
Read that again.
How do you know so much about everything? Was asked of a very wise and intelligent man. And the answer was, by never being afraid or ashamed to ask questions as to anything of which I was ignorant.
Which means you only become wise by asking questions. You only know, not by being informed, but by questioning. Powerful stuff.
Wisdom is a result of 1. Knowledge, 2. Understanding, 3. And discretion. Discretion.
Say that again, please.
Wisdom is a result of knowledge, understanding, and discretion.
Yes. And where is that coming from? Who knows?
Question.
No, that old phrase.
I think from Proverbs.
Of course.
From Proverbs, yeah.
It's from Proverbs. That is the whole essence of Proverbs. That one slide there is everything that Proverbs is trying to tell you. That's why the God had to create a whole book in the Bible just to tell us the importance of inquisitive knowledge, seeking for knowledge. You remember how we began? Wisdom is crying out. So how does wisdom cry out? Wisdom cries out through knowledge. Wisdom cries out through understanding. And wisdom cries out through discretion. That is how. So anytime you see knowledge everywhere, it is wisdom calling out to you. Anytime you see understanding anywhere, it is wisdom crying out to you. Anytime you see discretion, it is wisdom crying out to you.
We are not born with wisdom. You are born with instincts. So without wisdom, you are only living by instincts.
So if you don't go querying, questioning, looking, searching for wisdom, and you don't acquire wisdom, you only live by instinct. And what is instinct? Instinct is feelings. Instinct is your mood. Instinct is your desire, your stimulation. Instinct is your reflexes. Just watch, what naturally comes to you like the animal. You feel hungry, that is instinct. You feel like doing something, that is instinct. But what can override instinct? Wisdom. But wisdom, you have to gain it. You have to gain wisdom.
Recommended books for this topic. 1. Life is predictable. 2. Why am I unlucky? Both by Dr. Sunday Adelaja.
All right. Now we are going to go back to that video that we showed earlier on. And I'm going to have you to analyze that video. I'm going to have you to analyze that video. You have the video? Okay, let's start, and you'll be ready to comment. And what we are going to do is we are going to stand so that we don't fall asleep. So will you stand? Be free to stand anywhere. Stand there, where, and do the video loud. Tony, am I just on time? Aha, aha, aha. My injunction came on time. It could be that I was in the spirit. Yeah, go shut up.
When people are so focused on their own needs that
The understanding of what he got so far. Nobody got anything because you are singing some song that you are familiar with. You are singing some songs that you are familiar with over there. What?
I actually can hear it.
Actually, I was singing the song.
Huh?
Actually,
You are singing the song? Okay, who gives the meaning? What did you get?
I think he said people are deceived when they are too focused on themselves or too focused on what they want.
Did he say people are deceived?
I didn't get that first part.
Okay, who got it? Okay, Paul, take the microphone. Not a vessel.
At the beginning of the video, it said something like, religion is when people are completely focused on their needs.
Religion. They can't hear you. Is it off? Is the microphone off? Okay, you have to
So,
say.
at the beginning of the video, they said religion is when people are completely focused on their own needs. So that means that, first of all, even though when you're in Christianity, you're supposed to be a relationship is two-way. You're putting the needs of the other person before your own, and the other person is doing his best to put
Which
your
is
needs
relationship
before
with
their
God
own.
in this case.
Mhm. But
Christianity is supposed to be a relationship with God. So God's need is supposed to be at the preeminence, the focus, your focus.
Это отношение с Богом, так что нужды Бога должны быть вашим фокусом, вместо того, чтобы твои нужды станут фокусом для Бога. Но это если хорошее отношение. But it becomes an abusive relationship kind of because people are focused on their needs. So instead of coming to church to nurture their relationship with God, they're coming to church only for themselves. So they see God not as the creator of the universe who has given us the mercy to live on earth, the mercy to be above all other animals, the mercy to be intelligent life and to reason and to develop ourselves. But they see God as, money and the new car and a new house and happiness and miracle and blessing and deliverance.
So this is a young girl, 15-year-old girl, that is able to understand what the whole Nigerian Christianity doesn't understand. Yeah, wow. It's true because it knows it's true.
Религия — это когда вы так полностью сфокусированы на ваши нужды, что вы уже не видите Бога как творителя Вселенной, который в милости своей дал вам жить на этой земле, быть интеллигентным существом и быть выше всех других животных. Вы видите его как новые машины, больше денег, новый дом.
No, it's better for you to just speak English right now.
Okay.
And then when you go back, you go and speak Russian to them.
Okay. So yeah. So then religion becomes, people think that...
say everything as a bunch, as a whole, so that people can get the whole picture.
So I will start from the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, so at the beginning of the video it said something like, religion is when people are completely focused on their own needs. So when you have a relationship, you should be putting the needs of the other person, in this case God, above your own, and then the other person in return should be doing the same thing, putting your needs above their own in a healthy relationship. And God already did that because he sent his own only begotten son to die for us, and he takes care of us and has given us the mercy to live here even in the 21st century, that's also a big mercy. Life is a lot easier than it was when Jesus was around, and he's already doing everything. He's already keeping up his side of the deal. But when you're involved in religion, then you don't have a relationship with him. You don't see him as the God who created the universe and has been so merciful to put you above all the animals, not to live in the jungle and have to run away from bigger animals all the time, but to live in houses with air conditioners sometimes, or to live in an intelligent society and develop ourselves and work on ourselves. But instead of thanking him for that by working on ourselves and spreading the truth and spreading his love, we see him as materialistic things. We see him as money. We see him as miracles. We see him as
a source of miracles.
a source of miracles and a source of money, a source of the house. So we're just using him. Using him.
So that's what the beginning of that thing said. So you want the right to go and see it if you want. So don't follow the music, follow the words. Let's start that video again.
The birth of religion, let me give you this first. Religion is coming from when people are so focused on getting things done for themselves, when people are so focused on their own needs that they go to God, but then they only use God to get their needs met. And once their needs are being met, they stay in that shrine, or they stay in that temple, in that pulpit, in that building, and keep on going there, just using God for their own means. Your Christianity and your Christian life becomes religion and religious lifestyle when you stop converting. Religion is when...
So why does that happen to us? Why that tragedy of religion? Why will somebody be keeping on doing the same thing for 1 year, a whole year, going to the same building, and not even thinking that anything could be wrong, just going to do his own thing, looking for his own needs, trying to have his own needs met? Then some people will do it for 2 years. Some people will do it for 3 years. Some people will do it for all their lives. What do you think could wake people up from that stupor and bring them out? What is it that could have helped quicken someone? Can anybody answer that? Yes, please.
By asking questions and by understanding.
Like what questions, for example?
Just asking questions about maybe their situation, themselves, maybe the problem that they be dealing with.
No, for example, give me examples.
So, for example, say your money needs, say for money. An individual might say to themselves that I'm going to go to God because God will give me the knowledge and understanding of how I can actually get money, how I can maybe possibly get do this without actually believing in the process of questioning yourself and go, wait, hold on a minute. How can I personally...
no, the person that is going to church,
yeah,
day in, day out,
yeah,
how can he get himself to wake up?
yeah.
I think we need to ask them questions.
No, you be that person.
Yeah, I need to ask myself that question. Since I've been going to the church,
Okay.
what benefits have I get from going to church?
Then they will
What
tell
has
you
it done
benefits.
to-
They will tell you, they might not tell you their own benefit. They will say, oh, I had testimony. That person gave testimony. That person, my own testimony will come tomorrow. Or I got saved. Or Jesus came to my life, I'm going to heaven. Or I got healed one day.
Well, I used to believe that, and they will say you have to trust God. If God can do it for A, it will do it for B. So you have to wait for your own time. But now I know better. So I'm going to challenge that. How long do I have to wait? I haven't got much time.
That's if you are waiting. But
So I've been
there is
doing
some,
this for
I'm
10
waiting for
years.
another answer.
I think the reason for going to church or being involved in any kind of activity is to experience growth and change in our lives. And once,
Beautiful change. change or growth, result.
Yeah. And once we don't see this in our life, then what do we do? When that value we are looking for is not there, we don't see it, we don't feel it.
Even if I'm seeing all miracles everywhere, people dancing everywhere, what is the growth in my quality, in my inner content? What is changing in my vicinity, in my surrounding, in my growth, change?
So once we don't see it, then it's the alarm bell for us to ask questions. And if those questions are not answered, then we have to run away from there.
Beautiful. Okay, that's very good. Anybody wants to add to that?
Yeah. Okay. This same question was on my mind yesterday because I was saying I was going to talk to a couple of members of my family, and I know a lady who is a friend to a family, Need
speed at a guy.
Who is a friend. So I know a lady who is a friend to a family member, and she's been believing God in this concept they call miracle marriage for a couple of years. And I know she's done everything.
To get what they call it, or to be pregnant.
Yeah. So she's done everything. She's done the feet washing, she's done the mantle, she's done everything. But nothing is happening.
And she has served in some departments.
She has served, she's cleaned the
she
toilet,
has cleaned the church,
she's
the
swept,
toilet.
she's done that, she's paid our tithe and offering and all that. And I was just thinking, if I were to talk to her, what are the questions I will ask her? And what came to mind would be, you've been doing this for several years, yet a Muslim that don't even do these things, somebody who doesn't even believe in God, that don't do them, get married every day. Is it not time for you to sit down and ask yourself, are these things actually required? You understand? Are these things actually required for one to get married? Because people get married every day without any fasting, without any prayer. So why do you think that all this, is it that you've not done enough for God to see? And now say, okay, she has done enough, let me give her a husband. I said, don't you know that Bible says that a man finds. A man finds. You understand? A man finds. So you are waiting on God to do what he has asked man to do. Then secondly, to my own flesh and blood, what I was going to ask them would be, you've been in church for several years. You've been going, you've been serving, you're the head of a department, you're a deacon and all that. One thing Christ asked us to do was make disciples. The questions I wanted to ask, can you show me in the past 20 years that you've been a Christian, can you show me disciples that you have made? What impact have you made in the life of other people? Where are your fruits? Where are your fruit? Because most of the time we don't think of these things. We only think in the terms of, just go out for evangelism and share tracts. And people think that by distributing tracts, they're actually doing kingdom work. But not knowing that is actually not kingdom work. You're just slaving in the empire of a man. They print flyers. They'll tell you, somebody distributed 1,000 flyers, and because of that, he got an admission in America. I asked myself, okay, what of the person that didn't distribute flyer but still got admission? So what basis does that serve? So that was the question that was going through my mind, that all the years that you've been a believer, can you point to one disciple that you can say, look, this is the disciple I have made. I've invested my life in this person. I met him at this stage, and today this is who the person is. And the person can actually point to you and say, yes, this was the person who mentored me, and this was the person who made me a disciple of Christ. Because most of the time, we don't ask ourselves that question, but that is the assignment that God gave to us. Go and make disciples. So if you don't have disciples, then you've not actually started doing what God asked you to do in the first place. If you cannot point to somebody and say, this was the person I discipled in the kingdom, then to me, at the end of the day, it's just a waste.
Beautiful, beautiful. Rosalie wants to say.
Yeah, it is true that we have to ask questions when you are in a place year in, year out, and nothing change. But on the other hand, you can also compare yourself with somebody that is not a believer at all.
Yeah.
And what you have been searching, that person have it so easily. So you can also ask that question that, yeah, you can also ask that question that maybe there's something wrong with me, or not just with the church where I'm going. And then another question that you can also ask yourself is, maybe I have to take some procedures, I have to follow a principle. For example, somebody that has been praying for the fruit of the womb for years, and you are only relying on prayers and breakthrough and sowing seed of the first fruit. When you see that that is not working, you can take the step of doing something practical, like let me
But
go
for
and
you
check
to,
myself.
you need to question yourself for
That's
you
what
to
I
be
said.
able to get there.
Yeah, when you see that nothing is happening by those prayers and first fruit and sowing of seed, then the next question that will come to your mind is, okay, I've done the spiritual part. Let me start thinking about my own self. Maybe there is something internally that is wrong with me. Then you start by, should I consult a doctor, a specialist? And then you start from something practical. That's exactly what I want to say. Not just depending on your faith or on miracle. You start by something practical. You start following a principle that you can actually see physical result.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you. Let's go back to the video. Start the video all over again. Those of you who have answered rightly, you can sit down. Here we go.
The birth of religion, let me give you the gist first. Religion is coming from when people are so focused on getting things done for themselves, when people are so focused on their own needs, that they go to God, but then they only use God to get their needs met. And once their needs are being met, they stay in that shrine, or they stay in that temple, in that pulpit, in that building, and keep on going there, just using God for their own means. Your Christianity and your Christian life becomes religion and religious lifestyle when you stop converting. Religion is when we go to church, we pray to God, we try to build relationship with God, but there is really no more relationship, and it's more of tradition, it's more of culture, it's more of what we just do regularly. So for example, if you go to church every Sunday just because it's the Sunday, that is religion. If you go to church every week just because you want to show up so that nobody says you didn't show up this week, that is religion. If you go to church every time just for the pastor to see you and to know that you are showing up, that is not relationship with God, that is religion. If you go to church just because you have some problems and you want to use God to meet your needs, that is religion. If you are going to church not to be able to convert the knowledge of God into something practical to better the life of other people, to better the environment, the world around you, to make the world a better place, if that is not what you are doing with your religiosity, then that is just pure religion. So,
Who wants to be the next to talk?
Okay, on that, I would say that what religion has turned us into are people who keep receiving. We don't even, we're not grateful, even to the point that we have gotten. We just stay in there, despite the fact that we have even gotten, in quotes, in our minds, we think we were going to get something. We receive whatever desires we had gotten there to get, and we just sit in there just to get more and more. And we're not thinking of the reason why we're here. We're not asking ourselves the primary question, why God made us, why he brought us into the earth, the assignment that he brought us here to do. We're not thinking about the work, the problems in our environment. Our minds are not open to solving problems in our environment, addressing issues, answering questions, building ourselves, developing ourselves to be able to challenge problems in our environment to make the world a better place.
We are not questioning, we are not querying ourselves.
Yes, we're not querying ourselves.
And
so
our religious activity.
Yeah, we're just comfortable receiving.
Okay, thank you. Give this something to somebody else. Yeah.
I say in regards to with this, religion is talking about, like, I think there's a sense of selfishness that is involved with it. You say to yourself,
selfishness.
So in a sense, you're in a sense where you're going to God, as you said, for your own personal needs, in order to satisfy maybe anything.
But maybe if we had questioned ourselves, we would have also realized that this my religious is selfishness. So people don't even detect that their religiosity that's become selfishness.
Yeah, I think that some people, in a sense, they don't realize that that most of what they need, or most of what they in their spirit as well, is trying to tell them is that they should think practically. You should use your logic to understand where you need to go, what you need to do.
Because that is no more.
But then but by doing that, you must, as I said, you must question yourself. You must understand if there's certain things in your life that isn't going the same way.
It's no more pure religion, because if I'm going for selfishness, it's using.
I agree. I agree.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I think one thing I also see here is that one should question themselves and ask, what is it that I'm getting?
You know who you are reminding me of in this your outfit? You know, it's like you are coming from the film of Agatha Christie. So if you have read a lot of Agatha Christie's romance, I'm sorry, I distracted.
Yeah, so one question to ask yourself is, what am I getting from going to this place? What is the value that I'm getting? Because if I'm not able to use what is being given to me anywhere outside of this building, how much value does it have, and how much is it?
No, but they don't want to use it outside of the building, because by using it outside of the building, you are thinking of benefiting other people.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, these people are going there, but not because of other people. They want to benefit themselves.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I'm saying that the questions they could ask themselves would be, what am I receiving here? And
it's like they don't even ask.
No. So if the only motive is to go to church to show off to the pastor, or to have the nicest clothes,
to have your own blessing now, not just the nice clothes also. Yeah. Some people go for the nice clothes, but most people really are going for what they could benefit.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I think the motives are just the wrong ones, and we're not.
And that is also because you are right. They are not questioning. If they had asked that question, who is this benefiting apart from me? Yeah. Is it apart from the church? When I go out of here, why is it not, benefiting the society at large? We are not questioning.
Yeah.
It goes back to this questioning issue. People don't question themselves. And the society is not even questioning actively in Nigeria, because everybody is religious, or they're afraid of touching another person's religion. And they fear they're afraid of condemning religion. And we need to begin to question these things.
If I might say this, even the latest crisis in Nigeria, the headmen killings, people are not questioning it. The more they are cursing these people, the more they keep people.
And what I've discovered is that these Christians are thinking, if you are not cursing like them, you are backsliding. You are not with them. What is that?
Maybe
they don't know that I'm thinking my own strategy. I am doing other things that that don't need to be talked about. But they just want you to talk. If you don't do anything after all, just talk.
Yeah.
But me, I'm planning and talking of everlasting solution. But because I'm just not talking, which I don't need to, because of what I'm doing. But since you are not talking, you already, it doesn't matter what you are doing. And the ones who talk and don't do anything, yeah, he has spoken. They go viral.
Maybe we should use this medium to put it in their head, to change their approach. We should start praying for them, ask God to touch them, because by cursing them, because they know Christians are cursing them.
No, but the ones they cursed 5 years ago,
hardened.
they are still alive. Oh.
Yeah, they're still alive. And they're killing more people. So
because I remember that Enenche, he went on television. I have the video. He started again.
Yeah.
But the one he did last 2 years didn't work. Oh.
No.
He's the one causing those headsmen.
That's right. And the
But he's
people-
causing them, nothing is happening. And nobody is asking questions. The one where you called for last year.
That's right.
They see they walk about work the kilo. They are killing more now. The more you cause, the more they are killing.
And people,
Something
they are
is
killing
wrong
people
here.
in his own village.
Huh?
They are killing people in his own village.
They have gotten to his village.
Yeah, they are killing people there.
I
think
before he caused, they didn't reach here.
Yeah, they killed 80 something.
Before he caused, they had not gotten to his village. Oh. What is so you read?
They went to Plateau.
Now they got to his village.
Yeah.
Ah.
So I think we need to advance.
He has to increase his cost, then they will get to his family. How do you know they got to his village?
Because I know where he came from, Benue, and they killed him Benue.
No, Benue is not a village, oh.
I don't know what it's
Benue is a state.
Yeah, his own people. So they went to where he came from and killing people. So it's not even him that is suffering now. It's people in his own town that is suffering as a result of his action. So maybe we should start praying for them, that God will touch them and God renew them.
Prayer? Me, I don't go prayer.
No.
Me, I think we should enlighten them.
Enlighten them. Yeah, but instead of him going there, cursing them.
There is this guy. There is one guy that did a good job. Instead of praying, Charles Awuze. What he did is he went to write an article and say, Bishop, well, what's the Papa? I think he called him Papa or Daddy Bishop. This your course is not working, no. The one you caused for 2 years ago, you know they work, oh. They still they kill, oh. You are causing expert now, but Boko Haram, the one you called, is still working. They have not been killed. And so he went and wrote an open letter to Oyedepo.
I think that open letters, I think it's something we all should begin to do. Write open letters to these people.
So that is better than they said you should read. They said you should. They said that might be better than the prayer one.
Yes, I agree because I was watching the.
No, say it again because you said it before. We didn't hear them.
Okay, so what I'm saying, I said that open letter. I think it is something that, as part of the movement, that everybody should begin to do. If you notice a pastor, a bishop, a GO that is doing something that is contrary to scripture, write an open letter. He eventually, if he doesn't see it, people that are close to him will see it, and eventually he will get to see it. And because it is like an embarrassment to them, they are human beings. I believe they still have a measure of conscience. They'll begin to gradually change. It might take time.
Especially when we challenge them to think, like that Charles Awuze
Exactly.
did.
Ask them critical questions that any common sense, when they read it, will say, I think he has a point.
By the way, you know that Charles Awuze, eh?
I know.
You have been following
I've been following it. I've been
I want to
following
bring him on board, though.
Yeah.
So I want to interview him.
Because he was somebody that was part of the system.
Okay.
Was doing what all these pastors were
He
doing.
was coming from there.
Yeah, but I think because of what he's been listening to you, and he now decided to say, look, I have done it before in the past. So there's nothing you want to tell me that I didn't know, because I was part of the people deceiving other people. But now, he said, when you see the truth, one of his articles was saying that when you see the truth, right, you have two choices. It's either you run away from the truth or you embrace it. And he has decided to embrace the truth. So he will speak it. Like I was watching the NHA video with, I think, Anu this morning. And he was just ranting and ranting. I said, this guy doesn't think. He doesn't stop himself to ask himself some one thing I've discovered, I think they don't do it for anything. They just do it to still maintain their prestige in the eyes of their followers. Because Nigerians, what we've come to believe is that once you stand on a podium and you shout, and it looks as if you are challenging somebody. You understand? Because at the end of the day, he was there. You understand?
No.
The
woman, the filmer.
They see him as somebody who is bold. And that's what Papa has been doing all these years. He just stands, Bishop Oyedepo, he just stands on the...
Yeah, he's my friend. I know that. I saw that one.
He just stands on the pulpit and just shouts into the open air. He's not challenging any particular person. He just shouts and shouts. People say, oh, he's bold. Oh, he's strong. And that's where it dies. That's the end.
Emotion.
And nobody will come back in that same church to say, Pastor, you made this declaration,
Papa,
last year, and you said it was going to happen before the end of the year. We've entered a new year. Nothing has happened. But you said God touched your tongue with a coal of fire. Anything you say will happen. Why has it not happened? Nobody is thinking. Nobody is
questioning. I think you should write that article.
Yeah.
Anything that comes out of his mouth must happen.
Yeah.
You had it?
He says it every time. He went to a mountain to pray for 3 days.
He said he was in the forest.
No, to pray for 3 days. In there, rain came, snake came, everything came. But on the last day when he was coming down, God spoke to him. I have touched your tongue.
I've not had this one, no.
So we are there. We are the members. So let us say it. So,
you two have been there?
No, I was there.
How did you hear?
I was there. I have heard him from his mouth repeatedly. You understand? Repeatedly. So he said, He said the word God spoke to him. He said, my son David, I have touched your tongue with a coal of fire. From henceforth, as you say it, so you see it.
No, Mayowa needs to go and do a program. Share that video to Mayowa.
Yeah.
Can anybody find that video?
I'm not saying that whether it is true or not.
No, why is it not true? It's not true.
Because what I'm saying is that
I can't see the evidence.
I want to use facts. I want to use facts. I'm not saying that, okay, it's possible that is his experience. But what I'm saying is that if it is true.
You are not denying your experience.
Exactly. If it is true, why is it that some of the things that
it is a fact you cannot see
has not happened?
No confirmation.
There's no confirmation. And when if you say this is like a taboo, who are you to talk about against Oyedepo? You want to die? But people are not asking questions. So, like going back to what I was saying, I think this open letter is something every one of us, including those listening to us, we should begin to do. Right? I saw somebody, I think Fisoye, I can't remember, Fisayo. She also wrote an open letter to Bishop Oyedepo, questioning some of his teachings and some of his proclamation and all that. I think that is what we all should begin to do, even if that's the least you can do, which is something we should start. No, it will eventually.
At least some people will read.
Some people will read. People that are very close to him will read, and they will
even if they are not close. Other Christians who will read
and they will be delivered. So we are not actually doing it for them. We are doing it for those who are being deceived.
Okay, let's continue the video.
To meet your needs, that is religion. If you are going to church, not to be able to convert the knowledge of God into something practical to better the life of other people, to better the environment, the world around you, to make the world a better place. If that is not what you are doing with your religiosity, then that is just pure religion. So religion starts where conversion stops. I think that's a good way to put it. If your religion experience remains only an experience, and that experience is not converted, then you are just simply religious now. You are no more in relationship. Because that means your faith is now dead. Because faith without works is dead. And whenever faith is dead, is without works, it's not just dead, it transforms to religion. Whatever you get to know in your relationship with God or about God must be converted through works. You must work to convert whatever thing you discover about God. So faith without works, it means faith without conversion. So it is through work. Whenever our relationship with God, whenever our walk with God, anything we are doing with God, anything we are getting to know about God is not being converted into real valuable substance for people, for the country, for the environment, for the kingdom of God, it means that we are engaged now in religion. And that
Story, you make me sit down now. Okay. Yeah, I think she shouted louder.
Okay, what I want to say.
So you don't want to see it.
Okay, what I want to say is the more we stop being selfish, put others first, the more better for us. I think we should start thinking, because Nigeria, we don't think. And the reason why we don't question is because we don't think.
That's right.
We swallow everything that is being said on the pulpit without going for any research. We don't think. We don't even look deep. We are swallowed by emotions.
Yeah.
It's our emotions that are speaking. The more we realize that the miracle we are chasing from church to church is not in the church building, that the miracle has been given to us
Long time.
from creation.
Yeah.
It's for us to begin to utilize that miracle.
Yes.
For it to work for us. The more we realize that our miracle is not in the hand of a bishop or a pastor or in a church building, that the miracle is being embedded in us. We just need to develop it and use it. The more we realize that, the more we keep chasing church building, chasing miracle, that we are killing the potential that God has given to us, the better for us.
Beautiful.
The better for us.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there is something I heard. Something I heard there. It says, when religion starts, when conversion stops.
Yeah.
And what that means is, religion is, going to church and getting the blessings, engaging yourself, in activities of the church only. So instead of, and while doing that, we get, of course, we do sit down under the pastor and we get some messages, but we don't convert those things. We don't question them. And when we don't do that, then when we do that, it's being religious. But when we don't do that, we go out there into our world and then begin to help people, add value to the lives of other people, impact them, and make them, by so doing, we're actually building the nation. We are transforming lives, and we're not only benefiting ourselves, we're benefiting other people. That is what Christianity should be all about. That is what, being a follower of Christ should be all about, not just being religious. So we should, instead of, religion start.
You made your point. Very good. Very
then
good.
there's another thing. Says faith, work without faith is dead. And in terms of religion, that faith is all about, going to church and praying that God should provide for you, trusting Him for all your needs. And if you don't also engage yourself in some activities, going for evangelism, handing out tracts, that's like your work now. That is the work they're doing. So that's what they believe. That's been religious.
Good.
Yeah, we are not asking questions. We are not thinking. We don't confront things. It's not our fault. It's the way or the package the religion we embrace gave to us. Just for a few of us that have this opportunity to come and we are getting liberated, others will not hear. Others might not even want to hear. Others will hear and might not even want to accept it, because religion is a very strong hold. From seeing all these things, I've been thinking because my mind is active right now and thinking. I can think freely now.
Amen.
Then before then, I will think with fear.
Oh.
A whole lot of thoughts will come. All these questions I ask, I'll be asking myself.
Okay.
I say, but it's
people,
wrong.
okay, maybe
Yeah.
people
People are in my shoes also.
they will be afraid.
They are afraid because you are
Even to think.
religion will not allow you to think. Why did pastor
No, but
do
what
this?
about you don't talk it loud? Nobody hears you. Will you still be afraid?
You feel you are committing sin. You are offending God. Yes. They will give you scripture.
No, nobody will tell the pastor now that you did that.
You're already sinning against God. God has seen your heart. God has seen your heart. They will tell you, they use scripture to tell you, touch not my anointing.
This
and
thing
do my
is serious,
prophet.
oh.
No, yes. So this we are saying, thinking, asking questions, people will not do it. They're not going to do it. Because I'm seeing religion. This is the package he gave to us. And now seeing religion and the package he gave to us, I started seeing devil repackaging himself and also still sitting on us and
He's Satan, no.
Yes, he's the head of religion. He came on a suit in different shades. Yes.
You understand this problem, oh?
Yes, I've been analyzing this. I've been thinking. So he's still holding man. He's still holding us.
You know, in that telephone that somebody showed me, someone wrote something about me there in that telephone that you just brought
I've
now.
not even read it.
I read it.
Yeah, I've not read it.
The person he wrote to another person and said, make please, don't stop sending the messages.
Okay, yeah, all my friend sent to me. It's my phone. Said I should see what somebody sent to her.
Which is?
Yes.
That they should.
Yeah.
Explain now.
She said, okay, really? She just told me, look at what somebody, because she was inviting people to watch us live. She said somebody sent to her, share. She now said, look at what somebody sent to me.
And the thing the person sent, he said, is that.
She showed it. Don't send message. I'm still coming to that.
DSS messages to again. So they are now thinking even that what I'm doing now is evil.
It's religion. It's the religious spirit. Religious spirit. See, when somebody is a thief, you will know that definitely you're a thief. You will see. You will know.
I am looking for followers.
My mother.
If
not another person's mother, my own mother.
I've not finished.
This thing is close home.
So, when you're a thief.
So you went through this fear.
Yeah, because I thought I was offending God, but I was having so many questions.
Now I understand. So people will not question their pastor because they will think they are offending God himself.
Yes.
Not the man, but God now.
Because you are
straight.
Yes, this is God's anointed.
So if you ask question about the church now, it is God you are offending.
That's
God in heaven.
This is religion. The package he gave to us.
This one's serious, so.
So it's what the religion gets. So the people are not going to ask. They won't ask. They are still living in fear. Why did I say this? The night we came here, I got a call from my friend, sister in America. I told her, right now, I'm in a program, but I want you to watch us live. And I gave your name. She said, no, I don't want to watch that man. The way he's pointing at pastors, he's not supposed to. It is even one of the sisters has been asking her to watch. I said, cool down, calm down. I didn't sleep that night. I took time to explain so many things. But while we were talking, she was still complaining about pastors. I said, this is the reason you should listen to Pastor Sunday Adelaja, so you'll be bold enough and remove fear. I said, because all these things you're telling me now, you are complaining. And you are complaining. Probably you'll stop going to church. And you are angry. And a whole lot of...
And you still not wash.
But at the end of the day, she understood what I was saying.
No, because you took her there. But even though she knows something is wrong, she will still not wash.
Yeah, because it's not only her. Almost everybody. Almost everybody. Somebody might be so close to pastor, and pastor did something wrong. Somebody might even be so close to pastor, and pastor does something wrong. They're not going to say it. My mother will say, you people will surround the pastor and lure him to die like that without telling him, look at what is wrong, look at what you're doing that is not right. Probably because of what you're benefiting from him. Some of them they always like to take the stage. If you don't want somebody to go out of your church, you just give the person position and give them a microphone. So they will be able to stand in church. Maybe they're taking prayers, they're taking offering, but they are showing themselves on the stage every day. So I see religion as devil repackaging himself, still taking hold of man.
But I don't understand. You just said that the lady is already complaining about church.
Yeah, because we are.
So she's already aware that things are wrong.
Yeah, because she's still afraid.
Then she will still not come and follow the one that is.
Because she's saying Bible. That is what it's right. Yeah, she doesn't know.
No, but the complaint she is doing is that he is pointing accusing finger at pastors, the same pastor that she's complaining about.
She even gave me a instance of what made her stop going to 2 or 3 churches. So
and then she will not come and watch the essay.
She don't. So what we need is to take time. And at the end of the day, when she understood what I was saying, she said, tell pastor, I should tell you to come. Is it when all of them finish dying that you answer? You know, they are looking for help. A lot of people are looking for help. They're looking for escape.
Are they not the ones that are afraid of coming to here?
Because they don't know any better. It's not everybody that have this boldness.
Okay.
It's not everybody. So some of them need to be reorientated, nurture very well, then you see the boldness start coming out.
Okay, like that person who wrote that thing there now, for example, in that some message. The person is shutting the door. He's even telling not just me, he's telling the girlfriend that, finish. It's like, if you send me this man's message again, we are finished, our relationship is finished. So people are ready to go to that extent.
People are already doing it, not going to that extent.
Because you sent link.
So people need help. Some of them you sit down, you expect.
Are they not the one who want to deliver?
It's a religious spirit. That's essentially what I'm saying. The religious spirit will not allow you know you are doing the wrong thing. Religious spirit will never allow you know you are doing the wrong thing.
No, but I'm talking of the ones who want to come and deliver him from that religious spirit.
But they feel you are the one that has a problem, not them. Yes.
Give to your husband. Let me I can hear him.
So I think.
So the ones you want to deliver now are the ones fighting you.
This is the danger of religion. When we relate back to Jesus Christ, we'll find out that the very same people, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, are the same one. These are church people. They are the same one who were fighting Jesus. So it's like,
and he came to save them.
And he came to save them. So it's the same thing playing out again from generation to generation. You find out that along the way, each time there is a move by the Spirit of God to transform the church, it's still church people that will fight that move. And that's why she's saying this is what religious spirit does. First of all, I think it makes people to lose their sense, even the common sense that they have. That's a true what? It's a kind of blackmail, it's a kind of brainwashing that has been done over the years that makes people now not even be able to think as to ask these questions that we are asking today. Because these are questions that are being asked of the church. And yes, it will take time, but what we will say to you, don't stop doing what you are doing. Because truth can never be hidden, and it always have a way of coming out. And in the end, it is still the truth that will prevail, no matter what anybody is talking or doing.
Wow. Thank you. Please continue the film, the video.
Means your faith is without work. Your faith must always be worked out. You must always walk on your faith. You must always do something to work out what you have discovered about God. You must always find ways to convert your faith. But I'm so sad when I see churches today where people are more drawn to churches that where they teach not the ways of God but the works of God. I mean, it is absolutely embarrassing. It is a disgrace to be going and flocking. I mean, we have millions of people flocking into churches where emphasis are laid on the way, on the works of God rather than the ways of God. I mean, especially in Africa where I come from, most people flock into churches just because of the miracles that are happening there. Most people flock into churches just because of how much how much miracles are being worked there. So the miracles now become the criteria where they go to church. But really, the criteria why you choose a church should not be because of miracles that are being done there. The criteria why you choose to go to a church should be because of the ways, the principles that are being revealed there, the ways of God that are being taught, because of the path of God, the principles of God, the truth of God that are being taught.
What people say, what did God tell about me? What did God say about me?
Exactly.
Someone who is not even a pastor, who is nobody, just had a dream. And because the dream came to pass, everybody turned him to prophets. And they started telling him to interpret their dreams.
Yes.
They will worship the pig. Wait.
I said
You
something.
say if it had gone to pass, they would have worshipped the...
Yeah, because in the office, while I was in the office, when I wrote that article, right, and I read the full story and about 3 or 4 articles on that pig, and even BBC confirmed it that he has never failed a prediction. He had predicted the former World Cup, the Wimbledon final, the this, and it all came to pass. But immediately I saw Nigeria, I told people in my office, I said, watch out, this is the first time
it will fail.
It will fail. I don't know, I told them, I said, this is the first time it will fail. For what? I don't know why I said it, but I just felt...
But I said it too, that it will fail. But the reason, I gave my own reason. And this is the reason that if it... Yes. No, even the pig. I'm talking about the pig now. When I read the pig, I said the pig will fail. I said because of this pig, that's why Nigeria will not qualify. Because if Nigeria will qualify, people will turn that pig into a shrine.
Yeah.
They will turn it into another god.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that is why I see, you know, the way you domesticate
people wait
animals.
For pastor.
Yes. This is literal, in the literal sense, you know the way you domesticate animals by feeding them. If you are able to feed one animal today, tomorrow, the next day,
keep on coming back.
It keeps coming.
I see.
So we have domesticated Christians in Nigeria.
Well said. So well said.
Yeah, you know. So, and that ought not to be. Because if people would take time to think, if we take time to think about our lives, then we'll be able to know that we don't have time to waste. I got that from one of your books. You said, we really don't have all the time, because by the time you look at your life and you see that you have, okay, let's divide it into 4. A quarter of your life is going to be spent going to work. Another quarter will be spent sleeping.
Put it into 3 even, yeah.
Or about 3, you see. So if you're going to live 80 years and you split it into 4 places, so in reality you are having about 20 years
to live.
And a lot of people have expended this much years, many years, I mean.
Staying
in the pews, expecting to hear from the man of God. And unfortunately, what they are hearing from the men of God, so-called men of God, could be misleading. And they run their lives with this, and they end up in a very unfortunate way. So this is my observation. Thank you.
Then my question then would be, how can this HMT we are doing, this art of questioning, this questioning thing we are talking about, wisdom through questioning, how to question, out of questioning, worldview, you know, paganistic worldview, questioning, all this questioning thing we are talking about, how can it help us? Questioning.
It can help us because people right now, it has created an awareness because, okay, maybe prior to this time, maybe a lot of people, especially back home in Nigeria, are not schooled in this. They don't even know that they are able to question anything. That
are you serious?
Yes.
Things are bad though.
So the first thing this has done is
people don't even know they have the right to question. Okay, from family also.
Because if you are doing that, it will look
even before you get to church. Yes.
Because you look, you are going to be the odd one out, even if you try it. Because everybody is just compliant and obedient, so you'll be like the black sheep. So what this has
the public opinion will fight you.
Exactly. So what these teachings will help achieve is to create the awareness and let people realize that you shouldn't take everything hook, line, and sinker. You are able to see, you are able to question things, not just absorbing, imbibing everything at once without questioning. So I think that is one of the many things that this can achieve. Did I answer the question?
Maybe somebody else would like to explain. How can this training, especially if we popularize it?
So there is a place in the scripture that says, faith without work is dead. And now the other one said that we should work out our salvation.
Each person, everyone.
Yes, each person. It's not limited to the
Pastors.
man of God or any pastor. It's for every Christian, every individual. And this involves an effort, an input from us. God have done his own part. He has finished what he has set to do for us. The other things are left for us. We are the ones who will do it. And what you are actually doing is to tell us, these are the skills, these are the tools that we need to use to work out our salvation. We should give our salvation leg, arms, feet to be able to achieve what God have put us here on earth to do. And that is now some of us are
But
here.
since you people are saying that people will not even listen, how can you help them?
Well, the most important thing is the information that is given to them, which is what you are doing. The information is out there. It's still spreading. It's still growing. And it is my belief that the more we do it, the more other people get to know about it. The more we share on Facebook, the more we talk about it, the more we relate with others and try. Yes, initially there will be pockets of resistance, but still on the way, people, the truths, like I said before, can never be hidden. It's a force that on its own will continue to expand, to grow, and swallow up whatever darkness that is trying to
Because
hold
what
it
that
down.
person wrote there, the way the person wrote it, that don't even send this person. It's like it's going to get leprosy if.
Sir, now, sir, you see, the funny part of this is this. Sometimes people will say, I don't want to listen to this. But when nobody is around, they will peep in. They will go in. So it has always been that. So they will go in and still assess the information and still get to the truth of the matter. So yes, initially there will be resistance. But for instance, when Christ came, there was resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Today, all over the world know about his mission on earth. And that's how it's going to be.
Pearl, you want to say something?
I also think that if we...
The camera will not see you are hidden.
Okay. I also think that if we come as a team to Nigeria and start spreading this, then because we will have the principles of life being predictable, we will be able to show, we won't just be able to preach, but show these principles in actions. And then we can also be able to meet people's needs. Like part of the function of the Embassy of God Church here in Ukraine is that they don't just stay in the four walls. They have centers for alcoholics. They have centers for drug addicts. They have orphanages. They have centers for mothers with children, and they have youth ministry and so on. And so starting with just one thing. Maybe somebody in one extra house of their church will have a free childcare or something. In Nigeria, there's so many needs for everything: to cook extra food, to sew clothes, to take care of animals, to take this. And the more we provide the services, the more people will be able to influence in the meantime. So I think that's an idea too.
There's someone behind there.
Yeah, just to continue, I think she gave a precedence to what I was about to say. When I look at the situation of things in Nigeria and the way things are getting worse by the day, a part of me is sad because of the sad happenings. But there's another part of me that is happy. And someone might think, why are you happy that things are getting worse? Well, the truth is, if someone is swimming and is drowning and does not realize the need for a safeguard, if you jump into the water to save the person will be like, no, it's okay, I'm okay, I can swim. Until the person gets to the state or to the stage of desperation where I'm like, I'm dying, I'm drowning, I need help. So, the good thing about darkness is that the greater the darkness, the brighter the light. the more they appreciate light. So the way things are going in Nigeria, I'm excited actually about it because it's getting darker by the day. And people are coming to that point where they are realizing that it's like what we have thought to be the answer is not the answer. Yeah, because, I mean...
What are they thought to be the answer? The religion?
No, let's talk about this government issue now. Because many people in Nigeria, they are hooked on, we have problem with the government, okay? And so now, the whole Nigeria...
So anything that happens, they always accuse the government.
Yeah. So Nigerians right now, during the time that Jonathan was ruling, I mean, they could not just withstand, and they could not just stand Jonathan, and they wanted someone to come in. So the whole nation clamored for Buhari to come in. But the sad thing is that, like, Nigerians are people of short memory. We don't remember things, you understand? We don't remember what has happened in the past. So, but now, things have gotten worse with Buhari. So obviously, the Buhari did not change anything for us, okay? So now, Nigerians that had the same experience with Jonathan clamored for Buhari. Now, Buhari did not work. That means we didn't get a luck, I mean, with our government. So now, we're clamoring for another person, okay? So Buhari is not working, so let's bring in a young person. Let's bring in Showere. Now, the truth about it is that many people believe that during the regime of Jonathan, things were worse, right? Now, people believe that in this regime of Buhari, things got worse, right? Worse, if there's anything like worser, all right?
What?
I mean, yeah. Let's say things were bad. Okay, let's say things were bad with Jonathan. Now things got worse with Buhari. Just watch out for the next. It's going to get even. Yeah, and the point is this. The point is this, that the desperation principle will work for Nigeria big time. But then I want to even address every HMT delegate here, and coming from where Pastor was talking about the person that was saying nobody should listen to DSA. The truth about it is that, yeah, there's someone that has to spearhead and lead a revolution. But a revolution does not stop with one person. It's a revolution is sustained and is maintained by the person who is spearheading the revolution being able to reproduce himself in many other people. And that's the principle that Jesus used. Jesus came and he started a revolution. But the guy checked out 33 years. I mean, DSA is here 50, over 50. He has done well, I mean. But Jesus was 33 and a half years, he had gone. So, and he understood the principle that for me to create a revolution, to spark something that would last, it must not end with me. It's in the people I'm able to raise. So when he came, he found some 12 folks that he was going to reproduce himself in, gave them the vision, and he was off 33 and a half years. He's gone. And what is the lesson? The lesson here is that DSA cannot be the end of the revolution that we have in Nigeria. It should not be the end. The idea is, for every darkness that we see in Nigeria, each and every one of us, we have a light in us to provide solution to that problem. And I mean, we're talking about DSA writing. So I was talking about DSA, you must write this book, you must write this book. I mean, I'm telling myself that DSA, you're not writing the book I'm going to write. DSA be writing the book, but as I'm learning, I'm writing my own too. You understand? And because we have to begin to take responsibility, we have to begin to see ourselves as the solution. DSA is being a solution, but every one of us, we are here on an assignment. And that's one of DSA's key message, that everyone is here as a solution finder. I mean, the purpose of your birth is to bring a solution to a problem. And until you provide that solution to that problem, you're not living. So if people don't want to listen to DSA, there's no problem if they want DSA. But if we that are here, we are more than 12 already. If we're more than 12 here, that means he already has an advantage than even to Jesus. Because Jesus had 12. But DSA has more than 12 people seated here. We have over 300 or thousands of people who are watching online. We are good enough company to transform any nation and to transform the world. So let's see this as a responsibility on our shoulders, and let's go and transform our world. Let's just go with a passion. Let's have a vision, and let's just do what we have to do. And I believe it's possible.
Beautiful.
I have a question about a similar thing that my sister's friend wrote, because this idea about Christianity in Africa has actually killed some Christians. Some Christians that have actually asked the question that we have studied here, they have actually seen that there is something wrong, and some of them step out of the church with anger that I don't want to have anything to do with church, I don't want to have anything to do with Christianity. So, in my personal experience, when I discovered DSA, I share as much as possible, but I get that reaction that, no, if it is anything that concerns any Nigerian preacher or any Nigerian pastor, I don't want to have anything because of their past experience. So now my question is, this type of people that shut off themselves from the truth that we now know, it's difficult to penetrate in this type of people because they have already had a type of bad experience. So I want to learn, how can you actually convince these people to at least watch one time? Because somebody like me, I also have that experience. Even though I'm somebody that I like to try things, I also make that comment that no, if that pastor is from Nigeria, I don't want to watch. But because I like to try things, I watch and I see that no, it's not the same like others. But there are some people, there's no amount of effort you do to convince them that you should at least watch one time to be able to change their life.
Let me give you one key.
Yeah.
Just tell them, you remember those things you told me about those Nigerian pastors? This man is just like you, it's your words. I could recognize you in this man. It is you, it's confirmation of your words. You listen. So don't talk to him about DSA, talk to him about himself. And then send them the links of how pastors are brainwashing or how pastors are hypnotizing. That series, when I'm condemning pastors, then they will say, oh, because they themselves are condemning pastors, send them those videos where I am talking their language. That's the key.
Thank you.
Okay. No, I said from my own personal experience, because I believe everybody that follow you and share a message have the same experience. But what I started doing was I converted not to audio.
Okay.
So I just download it, convert it to audio,
MP3.
and just extract portions I know that will catch their attention and send it on WhatsApp. So when they don't know who is talking, they only listen.
No name, nothing.
Nothing. So once they play it just start playing. And like we curious Nigerians, we want to know, okay, what next will he say? What next will he say? Before you know it, they've listened to 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 6 minutes clip. And they were like, who is that man? I said, okay, if you want to know who the man is, go to so page and listen. So that's how, yeah.
Or these 5 minutes videos, these illustrative videos also could help.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so I don't know what the plan is. I'm done till 7 o'clock. So I think they could get some rest or whatever. I don't know what's the plan. Okay. I don't know.
Let's finish first, then we'll do announcement.
Okay, please. All right, please go and share this message, everybody. Share. Go and share the message, everyone. Share.
Okay, so let's put our hands together for Dr. Sunday. Woo! Thank you, DSA, for the wonderful teaching. And this brings us to the second section of to the end. Okay, so we will be back with you, but before we go, we have announcements. Maiwa has something to tell you, viewers, before we go.
Hello, everyone. Good day, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're watching from. Thank you very much for joining us for this HMC. So So, guys, you saw Pastor Natalia, one of the DSA family and one of the members of the people here in Ukraine, wearing the DSA T-shirt yesterday. Yes. Okay. Wearing this T-shirt yesterday. So, and a lot of people have been asking. Yes. I've been asking for the T-shirt. So we've got them in stock. So if you want to order one, please feel free. They are $25 each. So let us know if you want the T-shirt. And because we have people here in Ukraine, they will be able to bring it to you. We have people from London and we have South Africa. So if you're interested in the T-shirt, let us know. This one says, challenges give birth to greatness. Okay, so that's one of Dr. Sunday's quotes. Challenges give birth to greatness. If you want more than one, I can do a very good deal for you. So let us know. They're very high quality T-shirts and we have different sizes. We have small, medium, and large. So let us know if you would like these T-shirts. And they have different quotes on them as well to encourage you. So put in your order. You know where to contact guests at godembassy.org. So I will repeat that, is guest@godembassy.org. So here we go. Don't miss out on the T-shirts. We only have a few, so if you're interested, let us know as soon as possible. Most of the delegates leave next week from Monday. So if you want this T-shirt, let us know as soon as possible so that we can process your order. We thank you and we will see you again shortly. We have another seminar, should we call it? Yes, seminar with one of the SA family. You know him already, is Dr. Victor Bamishaye. Please join us. That will be in a few minutes. We'll be back. Take care, guys. Bye.